Ben, thanks very much for joining us. For those who don't know, just tell us a little bit more about Configure.
Configure is an online Proptech marketing platform that allows landlords to market their space and for tenants to engage with their office design and lease a bespoke space delivered by the landlord.
There's a lot of discussion at the moment, Ben, about office markets, but also an increasing use of Proptech over the kind of period of the pandemic. I suppose what changes have you been seeing in the market?
We've seen layouts optimizing the base build systems so that the energy efficiency of the systems isn't compromised, so that the fresh air, the ventilation and filtration isn't compromised by fit outs. An example of that is this property that we're currently live on, Pollinate, has got an underfloor system, which is sort of the moment, has really, really good performance in terms of those filtration and fresh air. It's also got openable windows, all of which is sort of ticks all the boxes in the sort of the post-pandemic world, but it also enables that quality of environment that is good for occupier wellness and sort of enjoyment of the space.
How do both the landlords and the occupiers actually use it? What does it do for them?
The platform itself is an easy way for landlords to market the space and for tenants to lease a space that's bespoke to them to fit it out. So it brings landlords and tenants together, and it bridges the gap between the security of traditional leasing with the convenience of a serviced offering. It's a marketing tool and it's an offer. So actually, as a platform, it's primarily used by the agents, be that the acquiring or the disposal agents. So it can complement the viewing of a white box, or it can be done up front, much like a lot of us scroll through on, say, Rightmove or other platforms to see houses we might want. This is the same thing, but for an office space. You can cycle through designs and options and see the cost implications in real time for a space that you could occupy. So we're trying to get them to engage with their future office space before they even view the space. Some examples.
And Ben, are you seeing changes in terms of, I suppose, occupiers' needs in terms of that space, and also the types of space and locations?
What we are seeing across a broader range of areas and locations is that the need for a bit more sort of open space within an office space has come into play. More breakout spaces and multi-use sort of spaces, more touchdown, and spaces that allow the function of sort of creation and collaboration to sort of come to the fore. Less rows and rows and rows and rows of desks, more about appealing to the sort of the working from home type environment where it's a bit more of the home comforts. There seems to be a lot more of that coming into the designs that tenants are engaging with.
Really interesting to see how this office area develops from here, particularly in terms of design to reflect the new requirements of tenants. Thanks very much for joining us, Ben.
You're welcome.